You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Hudson versus Bridges.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Mr. Hudson, you claim the defendant led you to believe you were her son, Ja'Cory's biological father, then dropped a bomb and admitted she slept with someone else.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're in court to prove you are not her son's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Bridges, you admit to sleeping with another man, but claim that you have no doubt Mr. Hudson is your child's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Hudson, why is it at first you believe that you were Ja'Cory's biological father?
Well, Your Honor, I was led to believe that I was Ja'Cory's father because at the time that we were living together is the time that she became pregnant with the child. We were together for approximately about 5 years, Your Honor.
Okay. So you were there throughout the pregnancy,
yes,
and you were taking care of her. You all lived together.
Yes, ma'am.
You had a relationship.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
you thought this baby was yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you at the birth?
Yes, Your Honor. I was at the hospital. I took her to doctor's appointments. I was there. I cut the umbilical cord, Your Honor. I even signed the birth certificate on the day of the birth.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
So you signed the birth certificate because on that day, you truly believe this child was yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you say she dropped a bomb on you.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that. When did that happen?
It happened a little before his first birthday party. I invited her. I invited everyone to come. She didn't even show to his first birthday party that I planned for.
Because I was not going to show because you had your ex-girlfriend there and I did not feel comfortable there being with her. So I had my own birthday party for him.
You threw a birthday party.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say Ms. Bridges didn't even come.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did the baby come? Did he get to come?
Yes, Your Honor. I had him there myself.
Okay, so you brought him there yourself. Oh, handsome. And so, Mr. Hudson, you say this bomb she dropped. When did she drop this bomb?
We had an argument, and that's when she came and she was telling me how I might not be the father and she had done these things. But I paid no attention to them because I am the father. I'm supposed to be the father. I'm here.
He was cheating on me back then, so that's the reason why I did what I did. So, yes, I said he might not be the father, but I know he's the father of Ja'Cory Hudson.
That's
the reason why he signed that birth certificate.
You said that's why I did what I did. What did you do?
Cheated on him.
You did?
Yes.
Okay. Was it during the window of conception?
No, it was the time when I went away and I came back and I was on the social network, and I seen so much stuff going on between him and this other little female, so I went on by myself and went and just did what I had to do.
You cheated with Mr. Davis, am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So he's also in the courtroom. We will hear from him shortly.
Yes.
So since the bomb was dropped and you found out she had slept with someone else, what is happening with the relationship? Are you in Ja'Cory's life?
No, Your
Not
Honor.
at this moment.
You're not?
I was.
And what changed that?
I have no way of getting in contact with him. I can't talk to him. I can't see him.
He knows my auntie number. I gave it to him plenty of times. You just making things up, just not to be in the baby's life.
So is it your inability to get in contact with the child really what's holding you back? Or is it the fact that you don't truly know?
It's the fact that we don't know, Your Honor. But I still love him and I still take care of him. Even after the time that I was told that he wasn't mine, is when I still threw his birthday party. I still bought him Christmas gifts, still bought him birthday gifts.
And that's what a father's supposed to do.
Even the months that he was born are not even adding up. She said that she got pregnant in the month of March. He was born in the month of October.
I had him 7 months. I had him 36 weeks. That was early. That's the reason why. He was supposed to be born on Thanksgiving, but I had him October the 28th.
If he was supposed to be born, you say 7 months. 7 months is not October. 7 months was been November. I signed the birth certificate because I was under the influence that he was mine. I mean, what father wouldn't sign a birth certificate for a female that's living with him?
Even though you cheated, Ms. Bridges, you say, I did it. I did it.
Yes.
You still say Mr. Hudson is this child's biological father.
He's 100% the child's father.
Why do you know that for certain?
Because I just know, just look at my baby, and he been there for us, so it's like, hey,
I've been there, correct. I took care of her when she had no one else to take care of her.
Yes, and I appreciate that
the part.
for everything.
I did everything. She didn't have to do nothing but go to school. I paid all the bills. I worked 2 jobs.
Yes.
At the age of 18.
He feels like you led him to believe he was the father, because when I asked you, how do you know for certain, you said, well, because he's been there. You understand that him being there has nothing to do with the biology.
Yes.
You do understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because you admitted you slept with someone else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, even in my time of deception, still stood there and took care of him.
Are you talking about the time of deception, meaning when you were deceiving her or she was deceiving you? Because both of you all had time of deception.
When I was deceived by her, Your Honor, and
when
she
you
came
were
out and gave me the assumptions that she had done what she had done.
Okay. That's true, Miss Bridges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does that make you emotional to hear that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I just know he's the father of my child. And I just know it. I know it for everything, Your Honor. I just know it.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Watch your step going up there.
Mr. Davis, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We are here discussing the paternity as it relates to Jacory, and I want to ask you, do you believe you're Jacory's biological father?
Yes, I do, for several reasons. Me and Miss Bridges met, we hung out for a couple of months. We ended up having unprotected sex around about 3 times. I didn't know that she was pregnant at all until I looked on Facebook one day, like a year later, and I see a picture of her son. And immediately, I think her son looks like my nephew. About a year after that, she came to me. She's like, oh, well, can you tell me the times that we had sex? And I'm like, okay. So I gave her a ballpark or whatever. And I'm like, why'd you ask me that? She's like, no reason. So, like a month later. Right.
No reason.
And I'm like, why'd you really ask me that? Does it have something to do with your son? And she's like, yeah, well, I think you might be his father, or it's a possibility. Then by the next message, she's flipped her whole standpoint on it. She's like, well, maybe he's not yours. I'm pretty sure that that's Mr. Hudson's son, and, if he's not, will you take a DNA test for me? I'm like, yeah, because I was engaged at the time, and the woman I was engaged to couldn't have kids. So for me to get that kind of news, it was kind of exciting for me.
And so, Ms. Bridges, you did tell him he potentially could be Jacory's father, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you testified earlier that you said you know for sure.
I know for sure it's Mr. Hudson's child. So.
But I mean, if you know that for sure, then what was the point of coming to me and saying anything at all?
Because, I was just adding up the dates to see how. I was just adding up the dates. He said it was wrong.
Okay, but then you came right back to me.
I came to you.
You came right back to me, and when I asked you why you asked the second time, you're like, okay, well, it's because I think you might be his father.
Yes, you might be.
I have proof of that right here.
I slept with both of y'all at the same time.
What is this, sir?
Those are Facebook messages between her and I. The blue is me, the white is her. She wanted me to take the DNA test. She came to me. I didn't come to her
like,
will you do
a DNA for me? And you said, yes, I will.
Yes.
And you said thank you because I don't want my son to grow up without a dad.
Yes, Shawn, I did say that.
And you have 2 men in court today, and you don't know for certain which one is your child's biological father because you just admitted that you slept with them at the same time.
Yes, but I know for sure he's the father.
Incorrect.
It's been 3 years. Who's been helping you? How are you raising this child?
My auntie, Miss Dollaragis.
Miss Dollaragis, will you please stand, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah. So you had to pretty much step up and help her with this child.
This is correct, Your Honor.
Because there was no father in the picture.
No father in the picture at all.
She was honest with you and told you that it could be 2 different men?
That is correct. That is correct, Your Honor. I've been helping Oteria raise Jacory he's going on 4 years old. I have been in his life ever since. There's been games going back and forth of who's the father, who is not the father. Mr. Davis has stepped up. He's constantly calling me, wanting to be the father, wanting to be in Jacory's life. Jacory has been ill, suffering with asthma. Mr. Davis did show up to the hospital. Yes, he showed up at the hospital. with his concerns. My niece needs a reality check, Your Honor. She needs help. This is not a joke. I need for my niece to get assistance, not only with her education, but with her life and her children, period, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Delaragas, who do you believe is the father? Do you have a belief one way or the other?
Honestly, Your Honor, I would go for it more towards Mr. Davis. The comparison look, very similar, even though I know that's not much, but they do have similarities.
You feel like they favor physically?
They do. They really do.
Has Mr. Hudson stepped up and tried to take care of Jacory as well?
Not lately, but as he said in his testimony, Your Honor, he did celebrate his first birthday. He did come and get him. He's been to my house. He has been there as well.
Ms. Bridges, has Jacory bonded with either of these men, or you don't want him to do that because you don't know which one is the father?
He bonded with Mr. Hudson more than Mr. Davis. I didn't really want Mr. Davis bond with him like that until we get results stating that he is the father of Jacory Hudson.
So he's basically been living in limbo without a father in his life,
Your Honor.
Because of this paternity issue.
Yes.
Mr. Hudson, it's clear Mr. Davis wants to be the father. Are you feeling like, I'm hoping this child is mine?
I want to be his father only because I've had a bond with him and I still love him.
So, Mr. Davis, have you met Jacory? Have you spent time with him?
It's been minimal, but I've spent time with him. The first time I met him, it was like, damn, I'm holding my kid. That was in 2013 that I actually got to meet him. And like I said, immediately when I saw a picture of him when he was first born, I thought he looked like my nephew. And when I took a picture with him and I look at it, I can see the resemblance. And, the past couple of years, it's been kind of hard because we haven't been able to see each other because, they don't want him to build a relationship with someone who may not be his father again. And I understand that, but it does hurt. This all could have been solved if I would have known from the beginning that you were even pregnant.
Because you feel like if you just would have told me from the start.
Then we could have figured everything out. We could have gotten DNA tests 4 years ago.
And this upsets you, I can see.
Yes, very much so. I've missed 3 years of a child's life that could possibly be mine.
And I apologize for that, but...
Apologies can't take back 3 years of missed time.
I made mistakes, and I learned from my mistakes. I was young back then.
So 2 men, both of whom want to be this child's father, and yet neither of them participating in his life.
No, Your Honor.
My purpose for not participating is simply that I'm not allowed to. There would be no flack in between if I was allowed to. You have an opportunity. You don't know if he's yours or not, but you've been there already. Why just walk away from him?
It's not that I walked away. It's that I was pushed away.
Well, what's obvious is this child is in this paternity limbo. Yeah. Going from place to place and home to home. He doesn't know who his father is because his mother doesn't know who his father is. Mr. Davis, if this child is yours, you're going to step up for this baby?
Yes, ma'am, most certainly.
Mr. Hudson, are you going to step up if this child ends up being yours?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's go to the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Hudson versus Bridges, when it comes to 3-year-old Jacory Hudson, pertaining to whether his biological father is Mr. Hudson or Mr. Davis, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Hudson, you are not his father. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Hudson versus Bridges, when it comes to 3-year-old Jacory Hudson, Mr. Davis, you are not his father. Oh, no.
Neither one of them.
This courtroom is in shock. Yes. This is not what anyone expected today. Mr. Hudson, how do you feel right now?
Hurt. Betrayed.
Mr. Davis, I know this was not the result you wanted either.
I'm glad to know, but your lifestyle is not fair to your child.
Miss Bridges, as it stands right now, you don't know who your child's father is.
No.
Gentlemen, I have to say, for two young men in their early 20s, you all have both stood up here and have been honorable young men. Mr. Davis, I can see that this situation has made you very emotional.
I really thought he was mine.
This is tough. This is tough. And you're not going to forget about this baby overnight. And you may even say, well, do you mind if we come see him? Maybe you want to throw him a ball. At this point, he don't have a dad. So that may be a beautiful thing that you could do. Ms. Bridges, I'd like to see you in my chambers right now. Court is adjourned.